What's up everyone, welcome back to another one of Rome's Things. Come join me as I go on a tour of 3 ghost towns in southern Nevada that have been lost to time. The sun's up, it's a beautiful morning for a drive. Heading our way up to Tonopah this morning. We're going to stay out at the Mizpah Hotel, supposedly one of the most haunted hotels in America. I'm going to make a few stops along the way. Coming from southwest Vegas, I hopped on State Route 160 heading west. This highway takes you through parts of the beautiful Red Rock Canyon and the Toyabe National Forest, and eventually leading you to the town of Pahrump. We just entered Nye County in the city of Pahrump. Or town, I don't know if it's big enough to be called the city, but yeah, it's a beautiful morning out. Looks like there's a hot air balloon in the air right over Pahrump. So apparently Pahrump's thing is fireworks. There are ads and billboards everywhere for fireworks. The highway starts heading north until you get to Interstate 95. As you continue heading north, you really begin to feel how desolate it is out here. There's nothing for miles. Surprisingly, cell service was still good, so there's that. I was now driving right along the Nevada-California border, and just beyond that border lies Death Valley National Park. I'm hoping to get out there and do a video in the future, but definitely not during the summer months. Alright, what's up guys? We've been driving for about a little over an hour and a half. We just jumped off of the 95 and now we're on Airport Road heading into the ghost town of Rhyolite. We were in the middle of nowhere, really. Before entering Rhyolite, I stopped at the Goldwell Open Air Museum, located just off the road leading into the town. And this place is free, you can just drive right up, day use, no camping however. We're here at the Goldwell Open Air Museum, just outside of the town, the ghost town of Rhyolite. It's a cool little place. There's some sculptures out here, a cool little rock formation, rock art here. This 8-acre outdoor sculpture park first began in 1984 when Belgian artist Albert Sukalski created the first sculpture. The sculpture, known as The Last Supper, is a recreation of Da Vinci's famous painting, but consisting of ghostly figures. A similar style sculpture named Ghost Rider stands nearby. Since then, other artists have contributed to the site's collection. No matter what life throws at you guys, just keep going. In 2000, after the death of Sukalski, the site was finally organized and designated an official museum. The museum continues to add to its collection with the latest edition, Dip Town, created by Russian artists Irina and Stanislav Shminky. The project was actually featured too at 2022's Burning Man Festival. Long since abandoned, the town of Rhyolite is an actual ghost town. Located in Nye County, the town is about 120 miles northwest of Las Vegas and is one of the most photographed ghost towns in the West. What's going on everyone? So we are here at the Tom Kelly Bottle House. I guess you can no longer go up to the house. They've got it gated and fenced off. But yeah, it's a house made completely out of glass bottles. Hey. Recycle, right? The story of Rhyolite dates back to 1905, when a group of prospectors discovered gold and other precious metals in the area. So this building behind me is the old Rhyolite schoolhouse. As you can see, it's long since been abandoned. But yeah, Rhyolite back in the early 1900s was a boomtown. Around that time, some miners discovered some gold out here and decided to start prospecting. Word got out. Next thing you know, the city is booming. Some big investors, including Charles M. Schwab. Not the same guy that does the investment portfolios, but he was rich nonetheless. He was an industrialist and an investor. Pumped in a large amount of money into this town. Next thing you know, the town was booming. There was electricity, there was paved sidewalks, and a school. So back in the early 1900s, and unfortunately within 20 years, the ore ran out, the resources ran out, and within 20 years, the town was pretty much a ghost town. Let's go take a look at the school. From here you can see the inside of the remains of the schoolhouse. Not exactly sure when it closed down, probably when the town went down, in the early 1920s. Although the town never recovered, it soon became a tourist attraction and drew the interest of Hollywood, becoming a popular filming location for its golden age. Guys, take a look at this view of the Amargosa Valley below me. It is absolutely beautiful up here. So we're here at the Overberry building, and as you can see, unlike some of the other buildings, this one isn't fenced off. So I'm just walking around inside of the building instead of the ruins of the building. So let's take a look around. Let's take a walk around. I'm not sure what exactly this was, but we'll take a look at the plaque in a little bit. It'll reveal more information on what this building was back in its heyday. As you can see, because it is not fenced off, there are a ton of graffiti and tags and people scratching their names on the walls here. That's unfortunate. I guess everyone feels like they have to leave their mark, huh? So we're standing in front of the Cook Bank building, one of the most iconic structures in Rhyolite. Apparently this was the center of the town in its heyday, but no longer, as you can tell. But let's take a walk around. Again, this one is fenced off, so we can't go inside. We can take a peek from beyond the fence, but we'll take a look inside. So we're here at the old Rhyolite train station, and like the other places, this one's been fenced up. It's got a big chain link fence on this one though, so you can't even get close to it, but we'll take some shots from the outside. Again, the old Rhyolite train station. That's when you know that a town is on the map, when they have a train station that services trains for goods and people and services out here. So at one point, Rhyolite was a booming city, town. I believe the population was up over 5,000 for a little while back in the early 1900s. But let's take a look around the old train station and see what we can find. So several factors contributed to the downfall of Rhyolite. Early in the 1900s, it was booming. A couple events happened that helped to doom the city, doom the town. In 1906, San Francisco suffered a devastating earthquake, leveled a good part of the city. And that caused a lot of the people to head on over to San Francisco to help. So a lot of the manpower, the resources, kind of left the town of Rhyolite. In addition to that, the gold deposits started running out. People started to leave of that, and also the stock market fell in 1908, I believe. So that caused the town to suffer. A lot of the residents ended up leaving, and within the span of 20 years, the population dwindled to almost zero. Behind me we have an old rail car. I think it's a caboose, I'm not sure. It says Union Pacific on there. But yeah, this, probably there were many of these coming in and out of this town back in the day. So as you can see, there once stood a house here, but time and the elements took care of that. It's interesting to think back to the history of this town and what it was like. People just coming out here with nothing in their pockets to strike it big, and now it's all just part of history. So this behind me is the Rhyolite jail, or what's left of the Rhyolite jail. So it looks like some of the most hardened criminals of Rhyolite stayed within these walls. As you can tell, it's not fenced. So let's take a walk inside. As you can see as well, people have taken to leaving their marks on the walls here, but we won't do that. So let's take a walk around inside and check out the old Rhyolite jail. That's a heavy steel iron door right there. That's suitable for a jail. After all these years, that thing still looks like it can hold back an army. Here you can see the bars on the windows to prevent the prisoners from escaping. I wonder what type of prisoners were in here. I'm sure there were some murderers, some con men, some thieves, and normal bad guys. But yeah, this thing is still standing pretty good. They must have built it really well. It looks like there's a tunnel that someone tried to escape from. Another heavy steel door. Let's knock on it. Ooh, there's a handle. That thing won't budge. I'm not sure I want to open it anyways. A view from inside the Rhyolite jail. Busted. And funny enough, right next to the Rhyolite jail is the red light district. This must have been where all the fun was. So behind me is an old miner's cabin. As you can see, it's still standing pretty good. It's made out of rocks, timber. So there were probably a bunch of these scattered throughout this area of town. I'm on the far east end of the town. It looks like this is maybe where the residents lived out in this area. Smaller cabin, there's another one just down the way there. We'll take a look at that. But if you look behind me, there's also some trails that lead up the hill here, up the mountain. That looks like it's towards some mine shafts We might take a hike up there, take a look. So we made it up this hike here, short hike, from where we were, close to the jail and the red light district. And we're looking at one of the old mine entrances. As you can see, it goes pretty far in there. It's all fenced off. And I would not want to go into an abandoned mine. But there's some trails. We'll take a look up here. There's some nice views of the town from up here. You know, there really is a certain kind of beauty when it comes to the desert. But I think the desert's beautiful. If you've seen my other video of the Valley of Fire in Nevada, again I highlight the beauty and the colors and just the stark beauty of the desert. Of course, the desert will kill you if you're not ready for it. But I just thought I heard a rattle, so we're just gonna head on out back towards the car. Yeah. All right, everyone, what's going on? We just left Rhyolite. We're heading out into Goldfield now. Rhyolite was cool. A lot of old buildings, a lot of history with that. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of my tour of Southern Nevada's ghost towns. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notifications buttons. Join me for part 2 of my journey as I visit the town of Goldfield, once the largest town in Nevada. Thanks for watching, everyone.